Back to the Lawson family farm. Been a busy few days here. We've got a lot of projects completed, I guess you would say, and a lot of new ones started. And I don't know, spring's right around the corner. It's been nice weather. Today's a little cold. I think the high's only supposed to be about 50 today, but it has been close to 70 for the past few days with no rain. It was supposed to have been raining. It's supposed to have been raining this morning, but it hadn't rained a drop that I have seen. But just wanted to kind of show you guys some stuff here. The chicken coops have took a transformation from the last time you saw them. And here's my cage I've built for the chickens, the coop I guess you would say, and the houses have took a change. We've put a gutter on this side. They got a new paint job. I replaced the lid for the laying boxes right here. Put a new latch on this one also, kind of got it fixed up. But yeah, they turned out real nice. I'm pleased with it. Now I used on the coop right here, I used the 2x4 mesh wire, kind of like a dog lot wire. I already had it, so I didn't have to buy any, but I'm hoping it works well for the chickens. I know a big chicken can't get out of it, and the Wheaties, if I ever have any Wheaties in there, they might get out, but the only thing I'm worried about is maybe something getting in and getting the chickens. But I've got a door here to get into the coop. But and I probably should have made it taller, because you can't get in there and walk around, but you can crawl around on your knees if you need to get in there. But I don't really plan on getting in there a lot. But anyways, so we've been planting some apple trees here too. Ordered 28 apple trees from Century Orchard Farms in Reedsville. It's right here local in North Carolina, but they sell them through the mail only. I don't think you can actually go to the orchard and buy the trees. They mail them directly to your door. I've got 3 left to plant. My dad took a couple, my grandma took a couple, and so far I've planted 17 or 18. I've done lost count. But I've got these 3 right here left to plant. Now this is how they're shipped to you. They're pretty much bare root, but they're shipped in a little bit of soil, and then they're wrapped up in these plastic bags. Everything's labeled with what they are. I don't know for certain, but this is the first time I've ordered trees from this place. But they're supposed to be trees that are on rootstock that does good in whatever area you tell him you're located in. And I thought, well, since he's local anyways, because Reedsville's only about 30-45 minutes from here, I was like, well, surely he's going to have some trees that are going to do good in my area, because that's one thing I hadn't had any luck with was apple trees. Have not had luck, well, fruit trees in general, really. I had one apple tree that was here originally, and used to have great apples on it, and they would come on early in the summer, and they would always, but the last 2 or 3 years, it's like the tree just started going downhill, and the apples just wouldn't, it either wouldn't have apples, or the apples that was on it was rotten. They never did good. And we've planted a couple more apple trees here, and I have not got the first apple off of any of them. Of course, there's a couple that hadn't really been planted long enough either. But anyways, I just wanted to try it and see how it works. Like surely out of about 20 trees, surely I'll have an apple sooner or later. So let me grab my shovel, and we're gonna get to planting what's left here. Now the first ones I planted are right here. I don't know if you can see them or not because they're not that big, but there's a little one there, little one there. They're all out in this area right here. Now up here at the top, I've got 2 peach trees and a pear tree over here in the corner. Now those peach trees, even though they're small, they have had peaches in the past already. The pear tree, I've never seen the first bloom on. It's and it's big enough, I would assume it would be blooming, but it's not. But anyways, the apple trees are planted here kind of like in diagonal rows, going that way, that way, that way, that way. And like I said, I think there's either 17 or 18 planted already. And we're just going to try to knock out these last 3 here. And that'll be one more item knocked off the list, finally. But been working on the hog lot here too. I kind of halfway got it straightened out. I'm going to have to put the fence back up, and I think I'm going to expand it a little bit too. I'm going to come down off of that post and go down on maybe another 10 foot and come straight across to like right in here and back up to this post. But I finally got a lot of this dirt pushed up back to where it's supposed to be. The only spot I've got to work on a little more will be right in here at my ramp coming off of it. And I know it's a little rough looking right now, but it was still mud when I was pushing on it. Now it's dried up and got hard as a rock. But if I don't get in here and fix it, when I turn the pigs loose in here, they'll fix it for me. But anyways, that's what's left on that. Like I said, there's been a ton of things going on around here, and it's been busy. It's really been busy for sure. And at the moment, I've actually got a small brush pile burning right down there across the creek. It finally died down to almost like a big campfire, so I thought I'd leave it for a few minutes and get these trees planted. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is plant one up here towards the top of the hill, and I'm going to angle them right down through here. And I've been putting these trees out here are about 15 or 20 foot apart. I think they're about 15 foot apart. I stepped it off, so it's not exact, but I think they're roughly 15 foot apart. And that's kind of close, but they're all supposed to be a dwarf variety, and I'm planning on keeping them trimmed and pruned up like they're supposed to be, so hopefully it'll be all right. But anyways, I'm gonna get started digging the holes. Now folks, when you're planting a tree, you want to make sure you chop up all the little clods and everything when you're digging the hole. Especially these trees where they're bare root, you want that soil to be fine so it can go down, get down around and make good contact with the roots. If you put a bunch of clods and chunks back in around that tree, it's not going to make good contact with the roots. And you always want to make sure you dig the hole bigger than the actual root ball that's on the tree. So as you can see what I'm doing there, I'm just loosening all this up, kind of turning the soil over, and then I'm going back and chomping it up with the shovel. But our actual hole don't need to be very big. See here, this one is a Virginia wine sap. Right there's the graft joint where it was put together. But you know, there's not much root on this. These have been in the bag for a couple of days, so I hope they're not dead yet. I just run out of time the other day when I was planting the others. But you want to get those roots scattered out inside that hole, and then just easily rake the dirt right back around the tree. Then I'll take my shovel and tamp down inside the hole and around the roots and get all this worked up real good around the tree. So I'm going to step off about 15 steps from that tree down the hill, and that'll be where the next tree goes. Alright, so here's where our second tree is going to go. Let's get all these clods chopped up real good. I don't know how the soil is everywhere y'all are, but if you're from this part of North Carolina, you know what red clay is, and that's what we have. You know, this kind of soil is hard to work with. However, I remember back when I was in school, I was on the soil science land judging team, and we done a lot of soil science stuff and everything. And red clay actually has more nutrients than any other soil there is. At least that's what they taught us. However, the density of the soil is so tight that a lot of times roots can't, unless it's busted up really good, the roots can't access those nutrients. At least, you know, that's the red clay here in our part of the country. Now you see how this one, the roots are fanned out on it? I'm going to lay those roots out in that hole, put a little bit of dirt back in it, and lay those roots out in that hole and cover them up. You don't want to bunch those roots up together when you're putting them back in the hole, because then that's how they're going to grow. They're just going to grow bunched together. I really hope that these ain't dead. I hope that their roots hadn't dried out enough. I'm pretty sure that this next one is still in good shape. It was apparently in a pot at some point in time. And then when you ship a tree, you can't just you can't ship a pot and all. You actually have to. You're supposed to ship them bare root. So we're going to step off 15 more and find our next tree. Alright, so this is our final tree, and we're finally done planting these apple trees. And what I'm going to do to keep up with what trees I've got planted, because as you can see, you know, they've got the tag on them, but that tag's not going to stay there forever. So I'm going to actually take a piece of paper and just draw it out where each tree is, the location of it, and label on that piece of paper what it is. That way, if I've ever got a question in the future of what tree's where, I know what we got. And if I just had a couple of trees, it wouldn't be that big a deal, but having, well, this is going to make about 21 apple trees right here that I've planted. Plus I've already got three others that were already here. So this is going to make it a little easier to keep up with. I'm going to go back and water all these in. Like I said, it's supposed to have been raining, but it's not. And I don't think we really have much of a chance of rain for tomorrow. And from what I looked at the weather a while ago, I don't think it's going to really rain today. So we will be watering every one of these trees in. And I know one thing, as wet as it's been this winter, I never thought I'd be wishing for rain, but I've done a lot of stuff lately that kind of needs some rain. I've put out fertilizer on our grass. I've put out all this seed here, which, let's show you. See the green tint coming across that? All of our seed is doing great so far. I got clover seed coming up everywhere. I've got the rye coming up, and I'm just starting to see the fescue popping through. So hopefully that does good. I don't know. It's always kind of iffy sowing something in the spring around here, because the summer tends to get so hot and dry that you end up losing it. But anyways, just kind of wanted to show you what all's been going on around here. And hear the goats over there. I know they ain't hungry, they just got fed. But they're due anytime. Check them out. They're getting fat. Well, you can't tell it so much on the camera, but they are getting fat. And their udders are swelling up. So anyways, that's what's been going on. Been real busy and still got several busy days ahead of us here, so hopefully the weather stays good enough for us to work. But I would like to see a good shower of rain, just to kind of settle in all this stuff that we've been doing. But anyways, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.